All right, it's 2 minutes past 3, which means it's on Air Acoustic, and I'm so very happy to say that Dylan Allura is opposite me for the second ever on Air Acoustic. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you for having me.
Oh no, I wanted you. Well, because I've known you for we're nearly a year.
I think yeah.
Nearly a year. I mean, you were my first ever interview for QH Sound, so I feel like you're my first interview for a lot of things, but now you're second.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you're going down anywhere, I'm telling you. So, it was your birthday on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
How have you recovered? Because if it's on a Friday, is it one of those ones where you go Saturday, Sunday, or did you just do a mad one on sort of Friday?
Yeah, it was kind of like a weekend thing, like friends and family. I saw friends on Friday, saw family on Sunday. Saturday was like the day of, recovery from Friday. So it was just so great that it was on a Friday. And then next year is going to be on Saturday, so it's going to be amazing. 2
banging birthdays in a row, man. All right, so you're here I'm very excited for this one because it's like an exclusive. Mm-hmm. So I'm really excited. So you've got an EP coming out. Tell me a little bit about this EP.
So the EP is called Libertine. It's going to be 4 songs coming out next month. And it's pretty much a breakup album or breakup EP. A lot of the songs kind of focus on like both sides, the faults I made and the faults the other person made. And it's really getting deep into the very toxic emotions that go on during relationships and after a breakup. And yeah, it's something I've really worked pretty hard on for the past year in terms of writing and recording it and getting everything together. So I'm really looking forward to releasing it.
So I saw you last time, I think it was October. Mm-hmm. I saw you in a relationship then.
Yeah. It's been on and off. It's been on and off. This is why, the songs come out and because of the roller coaster of emotions, but it's been on and off. Like I'm still with that person as well, but it's been, it's been, I think for me, like relationships are always very, can be quite complicated, I think.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, so.
You got to work on them.
Yeah.
But you're in a long distance relationship, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
So he's in America?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, that's tough.
It is tough, yeah. But, well, we've been together for like a couple of years now, so we're pretty solid, but it's still not easy. It makes it 10 times more difficult when you're not with the person physically.
Yeah, no, FaceTime's like, it has like improved a hell of a mad amount.
Yeah.
But still, like, I know of that because I had a girlfriend in Turkey and it was like, yeah, it was tough. Like, FaceTime just doesn't do it.
No.
So with the songwriting, has that been kind of like recently songwriting or did you say it was a year?
So like a lot of these songs, they've been written, within the last year. Kind of, I'd say, since the beginning of last year.
Sounds like or is it just a busy winter? Like, with songwriting as well, like, how do you go about songwriting? Because that sounds like that's just a personal thing to you. Like, no one can write for you.
Yeah.
But people can give ideas, people can have, like, music. So how do you go about songwriting?
I kind of, like, have to be in the space, like, emotional space to write things I believe are very, like, good and deep and heartfelt and true. I think people, like, if you ask any songwriters, they'll tell you, like, you have to be, like, in pain or, like, at the lowest point of your life to write the best stuff because that's when the emotions are, like, the deepest. So when I can tap into that emotion, then I'll start writing. But that means I have to rely on, like, a certain emotion to be creative. So I do try and kind of be creative and write songs whenever I can, like, even if I'm happy or whatever emotion it is.
It sounds like, do you know, like when like therapy, like, getting stuff off your chest, like being a songwriter must be so good because you don't have to go to anywhere else. You can just do it in your bedroom.
That's literally what it is. Like, it's a form of therapy and letting out your emotions. I feel like songwriters or like creators, people who write music, they're able to get out their emotions really well because it's just such a good form of, like, therapy. It's therapeutic. Yeah,
with most submissions I get, like, for on Air Acoustic, everything seems to be like, someone's broken up with me, I made a song, and here it is.
Yeah, because that's when you're, like, the saddest, There's certain points in life, like, where you're really sad and you can really tap into something very deep musically.
Is songwriting easier? Like, because you play guitar, don't you? Like,
Yeah.
Like, is it easier when you do play an instrument?
I think if you like, for example, if you're like, someone who plays a instrument, that will be easy for you. Like, if you can't play something, you can find someone who can create your vision in your head musically. But I do think it is easier because I usually start off with a tune and then write over that. So if I didn't play guitar, it would be, I guess, a bit more difficult because I wouldn't really have somewhere to start. Well, I'd have like the lyrics, but the actual instrumental makes it, if it's a major or a minor, or happy or sad tune, that makes it go in the right direction.
Does when you're, I presume you just songwrite like at your house, like in your bedroom, say. What's the next stage? Like, you've got it all on paper, you've done what you've needed to do on the guitar bits and everything. Where do you go next? Well,
usually I'll work with a producer. I do producing myself, but this year with this EP, I've worked with some people because I'm trying to kind of branch out. So usually I'll send it to a producer that I know that I've worked with, and they will help build the song into an actual like song with all the different elements, the instruments and everything. So that's usually the next step.
When like you're saying like you get like a lot of people around the table, let's just say, does anyone try and put their little bit of opinion on it? Like, actually, no, you shouldn't say that. No, it's like, well, hang on, this is the way I feel. This is being songwriting from my heart.
Yeah.
Does people like get involved in saying like, oh no, you shouldn't say it. Oh, you should say it this way. Oh, like,
yeah.
Does it get annoying like that or not?
Not with producers, no, because producers aren't. A lot of the time, they're not songwriters, so they're not writing the words. They're writing like the instrumental. So a lot of the time they don't, because I guess that's my expertise. That's my area of expertise, and then they have their area. So they don't usually. They'll input with like the sound for sure. Like they'll be like, maybe we can change that chord, like from what I originally had written it as. But when it comes to lyrics, not really. Maybe in the future, I imagine, like, as I work with more people, I'm sure there'll be people who are like that.
How important is it to keep, like, the same producer? Because a lot of people do that, don't they? They always keep the same teams, the same engineers, same producers, everything. How important is that for you?
Well, I guess it is important because it's good to find people that you trust. So if you trust the producer's going to do a good job and they're going to bring the vision to life, then... I think that is important.
Okay, well, you know what? The first song you're going to release today, which is an exclusive. So have you never sung this anywhere? No open mics, no gigs?
No. These new songs from the EP, I have not sung anywhere.
Oh my word, okay. I need to, you'll probably hear me like rubbing my hands together. I'm really excited because this is exactly how I want On Air Acoustic to be. I want it to be exclusives. So thank you so much for choosing the Live Lane radio show to do your exclusive. So let's get this song on. It's called Goodbye. Let's get it on. Let's listen to it and we'll talk after.
Cool. I'm begging you to sit down and listen to my speech. I'm drowning in your energy. You don't listen to me. How could you ever think that I want you that way? How come you never think of the price I pay? Do you want me to say goodbye? Do you want me to say goodbye? Do you want me to say goodbye? Well, I try to get through to you, to you, to you. Fighting temptation, you know that I wanna bring it up. That don't mean you gotta go ahead and act so rough. You push me away, I come back when I feel it's right. But you know that I won't make it back once I leave tonight. Do you want me to say goodbye? Do you want me to say goodbye? Do you want me to say goodbye? Well, I tried to get through to you, to you, to you. The waves are hitting us, attacking constantly. But I just wanna feel the breeze. Hold me lovingly, hold me lovingly. Conflict at ease. And can't you see it's you and me, it's you and me, it's you and me. Do you want me to say goodbye? Do you want me to say goodbye? Do you want me to say goodbye? Well, I try to get through to you, to you, to you. I can't get through to you, to you, to you.
Oh, wow. Your voice is so beautiful.
Oh,
I love the way you sing. It's so, even if it's like, it's just so soothing. I remember like when you did Angels and I was just like, oh my God, is this the way how do you find your voice? Like, I'm always interested about like being an artist, like as I was saying, like submissions, everyone's got their like sound, like how do you just find like that's how I want to sound?
I think it's a lot of influence from people that you like, people you admire. Like, there's so many amazing singers that I love, and I take influence from all of them, and it's like also what feels comfortable for me, like what is my area in terms of like my voice, that I feel like, okay, this is me, this is how I sound, this is how I want to sound.
Who do you look to, like who's out in the industry, like who we'd all know?
Yeah.
Who do you look to and think, actually that's where I want to be?
Okay, my favorite singer is Mariah Carey.
Okay.
Has always been, but I don't want to be like obviously Mariah Carey. But that's an influence. Michael Jackson as well, a massive influence. I say those two are like the biggest, and then Sade I love as well.
Oh, nice.
And then there's loads of current ones, like I like Lana Del Rey. I like The Weeknd as well. I just like that kind of like soft, silky.
Yeah, you definitely
voice.
you've got like a lot of people I hear and I'm like, yeah, very similar, very similar. Yours is always very different. I think that's really good. Don't lose that. Definitely don't lose that. So goodbye. That sounds like the chorus there was like, you want me to say goodbye. Like that's like. It's a crazy way of saying something. It's like, like do you want me to say goodbye?
Right.
Like, how did that all kind of come about, goodbye?
Right. I guess it's kind of like when you're on the cusp of like wanting to leave someone, or it just gets too much, gets too intense, and you just start asking them like, do you want me to just leave you? Like if we continue this way, we're gonna have to say goodbye to each other.
That sounds tough,
Yeah, it is tough. A lot of these songs are like, I used to cry like playing them because I was like...
Imagine.
They're pretty deep.
So has the person like you're sort of singing it about, have they heard that yet or not? Because obviously it's saying that you've not played it anyway.
I think the only person who's heard it is the producer I've worked with, so...
And now everyone on the Live Line radio show has heard it now as well.
Yeah.
Oh, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I love this. So for someone like yourself, like bringing out like an EP and all that kind of stuff, what's like, people like working your way up, what's the biggest challenge in your industry at the moment?
I would say like the industry is really, I think, oversaturated now, which is both good and bad. Like I think it's really good that anyone can kind of like start uploading their stuff, push themselves out, get a fan base online. I love that. But at the same time, it means that like we've got like so many people, and I think it's hard to stand out. I think another difficult thing is like people are just buying their way into the industry now. You can just buy your way into it. Like you can just pay you know, if you have a massive budget for marketing or for this PR, for that, you can just pay your way now, which is what I'm seeing a lot of, like, people who they have connections, they kind of can just push their way in. I think it's less about talent these days, it's more about clout. I think
it's also like the imagery, isn't it? It's like, oh, they look good.
Yeah, it's not really, because it's so like commercial now. It's like such a money maker, and people know. It's less about like the ballads of, like, you know, the 80s, like 90s. Like, they had the ballads and they had the stuff that was
what goes around comes around.
That was stuff. Like, yeah, that were like really heartfelt. But now it's just who can make the most money, I think. But there's still that element of like true talent and true.
Oh, I know that. I've got one right in front of me. Oh, I know that.
There's so many good artists like coming out, so many. But there's a lot of artists that are just like buying their way into the industry as well.
So how do you go about getting gigs? Like, obviously now, like, the clocks have gone forward, like good times are happening, summer, like, you know, longer nights are happening, festival season's coming. How are you, have you got anything booked up for the summer? Are you looking into it?
So I'm doing some shows around this release of the EP because I want to do acoustic shows. I've never done any acoustic shows, so that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing a couple of acoustic shows with these songs from the EP.
Just in around London, or are you going further than London?
I think I'm going to stay in London for now. And then I think later in the year, I'll probably branch out.
Oh, nice.
Towards the end of the year.
That'll be awesome. That's a nice little plan to have. That's what I'm kind of doing with my own stuff at the moment. I'm like, right, do this. Yeah. I think it's all about walking and not sort of running.
Yeah,
I've tried to do it before.
Yeah, every day is like a next step to like where you're trying to get to. So
I don't think that's what I've learned about the industry as well. Like, you see this goal and you're like, I want it, but also, like, you just can't. Like, it is really like just looking at every tiny little thing going, right, I need to do that. Yeah, in detail. Like, I'm doing this bit now, I'm doing this bit, like, because I want the on Air Acoustic live sessions, but I'm like, don't do it now. Just relax, take your time.
Take your time. Yeah, because you see it, like, we see so many like great things going on. We're like, we want that, I want that. But it's like it does take time to get there, which is what I've noticed.
Nice. Well, talking of the EP, you got another song here. It's called Twin.
Yeah, Twin.
You haven't got a twin, have you?
No. The song is not about having a twin.
I was like, how long have I known you? Like,
I have no brothers, no sisters. So.
Are you an only child?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm on my ones.
It's easier that way, probably, sometimes.
Kind of, yeah. In some ways.
All right, well, let's get some more live music, and let's get Twin.
You were my twin, both made mistakes. I can't live on this way. We both were the same, felt the same pain. Both had so much to gain. Light the same way, that was our downfall. Now we're separated at birth. Play the same games, you met your match. I met him that same day. The way we played, I was so close to you. You were everything I knew. Stuck to each other like glue. The way we played, I was so close to you. You're everything I knew. Stuck to each other like glue. Can't even say how I had lived without you by my side. So intertwined, if I had left trace behind, you know why. Now how can I go on without my mirror and my perfect match? Playing these games, hurting ourselves, wasting the days away. The way we played, I was so close to you. You're everything I knew. Stuck to each other like glue. The way we play, how we're so close to you. Hear everything I knew. Stuck to each other like glue.
Wow. I'd say, like, hearing it for the first time is crazy, because with a lot of submissions I get to listen to it all before, but this honestly, this is the first time I'm hearing this.
Yeah.
God, you went through something, didn't you?
Yes.
I feel like
I'm a very emotional person.
God, I feel like as well in winter, like, I mean, no one likes winter, and you're just in your bedroom, like, singing, like, writing these songs.
I just indulge in the pain and the sadness.
So why did you want to write Twin?
Well, I just like the concept of thinking of your partner as a twin, like
soulmate,
like your,
but
like your mirror, like your, the person, your soulmate.
I love that way you said that, like a mirror. I like that. That's
like
a really good one.
Like the same person, because you're so alike, you're so in touch with each other. Yeah.
Yeah, so it sounds, it's one of those ones, isn't it? But you know what? It doesn't matter, does it? Like, well, saying reflection is kind of hard, because, you know, you say like FaceTime and everything. That is like, with a relationship, it is so much easier. Like, being like, I feel like you lose a lot on FaceTime. Is that where you're struggling? Is that the biggest part, or is it? You
lose a lot. Well, obviously, it's like physical affection. Like, I'm a really like affectionate person, so that's just difficult. Not being able to, I guess, be with someone. But like, a lot of these songs are about just the difficulties of like being yourself, being like comfortable with yourself, and how that affects your relationship, or just like insecurities, how that affects your relationship. Being a good, you know, the twin is about like seeing the good and bad in each other, and also being like the bad, and they're being the bad, and you do the same things to each other, and it's like how that mirror can kind of change the perspective of the relationship.
It's a tough situation. Are you going out? Are you going out to America this year or not?
Yes. I'm always going out to America. Yeah.
Don't blame you.
I love going there. I have my favourite spots. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Is it just holiday, or like?
I mean, I'm trying to go to New York this summer. I have family there, but also nice. I haven't been. That's like one of my favorite cities, so I haven't been since before the pandemic. So
try and find an open mic night or something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, I've got to do a show in America, like at some point.
You've got to. It's like one of the. It's for British people. It's like a tick, isn't it? It's like you've just got to do something in America.
Yeah, because it's like our dream to like make it in America. Yeah.
All right. Well, so you've got your, like you said, you got your EP. It's called Libertine. It's going to be out next month. If people want to find, if they love what they hear, which I imagine they will do, Goodbye and Twin, and they want to hear the other two songs, where can we find you on your socials and Spotify and all that kind of stuff? Yeah,
so I'm Dylan Allura, DylanAllura on everything. So Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and then Spotify, and then Apple Music as well, YouTube, everything.
Nice. Well, I wish you all the very best with it. I know I don't even need to wish you all the best, because I know you're just going to smash it. You're that kind of person. And when your EP comes out, I can't wait to come and see the rest of the songs. So all I can say is thank you so much for coming on. Thank you so much for being the first ever exclusive. Like, that is incredible. And again, wish you all the very best. Thank you very much for coming on the Live with Lane radio show.
Thank you for having me.